So people are saying that a K-pop star was the reason that Andrew Wiggins made the All-Star game, because he had a tweet with like 60,000 retweets. Lake Show Yo, he's making it pretty obvious how he feels about it. Dom2K blames himself. Usually it's the Dom curse. This time it was the not Dom curse. Wiggins has started more All-Star games than Paul Pierce. Ouch. Hey, you know what? Paul Pierce got me a title in 2008. I'm chillin'. We're a bunch of elite players abducted by aliens. Wiggins being named an All-Star starter, and then it's the infamous time that the Heist beat out Good Kid Mad City for Album of the Year. I think this tweet popped off, right? Yeah, 46K. By the way, Kendrick, you gonna drop this year, man? CP, Booker, Mitchell, and Gobert outside of Wiggins' house. Yeah, I mean, it had to be a front court guy. My pick would have been Gobert. I've seen some people think that it had to be a forward. It's 2 backcourt, 3 front court. Ideally, we don't have positions, or we make it like, I don't know, 2 backcourt, 2 front court, 1 wild card guy. I don't know. We got numbers. SGA 24, 5 and 6. Wiggins 18, 4 and 2. Not Steph's teammate. Steph's teammate. Wiggins in the All-Star game. Mehmet Kerr made an All-Star game? Hold on. It turns out he did. 1 All-Star. 2007 season. He got less votes than Yao, Stoudemire, Eric Dampier, and Marcus Camby, but he got in there. I don't know. I'm not going to look up the details. Now Brandon Ingram alerts, wants to tell us that Brandon Ingram is better than Andrew Wiggins, which I agree with, but I also find these sort of things funny. Here's that tweet, by the way. How many followers does this guy have? 9.6 million. Yeah, there you go. It was a big tweet. Bleacher Report did a trade thing. You know, I gotta be honest, man, I'm pretty surprised to see all the John Collins stuff. Like, Zach Lowe was talking about on his podcast how he's heard that Collins could actually be available. You know, there's stuff from Bleacher Report. My guess is that Collins is not going to be moved. I do think the Hawks could use more defense, even though I think Collins has gotten a bit better there, and they got DeAndre Hunter back recently. But I would not be comfortable with trading John Collins for somebody who is primarily a defender. Like, I want a really, really solid two-way guy who can give me a little bit more playmaking if I'm going to move Collins. Yeah, the big thing with the Celtics is they're probably going to have to move picks, because you go down the roster and there's just not a lot of tradable guys. I mean, I've seen Marcus Smart floated out there. Marcus Smart's on a huge contract now. I don't know if that makes it as easy to move him. Also, I think Marcus has just made them better this season. I know that's slightly controversial within Celtic circles, but I think Marcus has been fine, while also acknowledging, yeah, there's going to be the annoying 3-point attempt in there. I think just getting like one surefire shooter could do a lot for this team, just improve the spacing around Tatum and Jalen. I know everybody wants to talk about the playmaker, and that's fair, but I don't really know if that's coming. Let's check out some of Embiid's assists against the Lakers. It's a whole lot of cutting to the basket. Thibault gets 2 of them. Malik Monk was the rotation guy on that one, and here, Thibault just gets free of Melo. And then Maxey is going to do the same thing to Bradley here. There's something about a big guy throwing passes to cutters from the top of the key that I just really love. Tyrese Maxey will get credited with this assist, but this to me is also another play made by Embiid. Jared Vanderbilt was getting a lot of love on national TV, so it was basically the best night of my life. 3 steals, 8 rebounds, and he only took 4 shots. What's not to love? This was, of course, the biggest play of the night. If my dad was watching this game, which he most likely was not because it was on late, that would have been the moment he was like, yeah, get this guy on the Celtics. PJ Tucker had 20 points against the Knicks. The wildest thing that Spoelstra has done, besides have this team win with a rotating cast of characters, is that he's gotten more out of PJ Tucker than just standing in the corner. As I say this, we've seen 2 straight threes of him in the corner. Really, it's stuff like this. You've got Bam up top, you got PJ screening for Jimmy Butler, and then he just dives to the rim. About half of Tucker's shots this season have been from 3, which is way less than it was in Milwaukee and Houston, and it opens up more stuff like this, where instead of him just passing the ball off and standing there, he's encouraged to set screens or just kind of linger around the rim and just see what happens. Here's another example of that as he's on the opposite side of the floor at Tyler Hero. You just cut baseline. Good things will happen. As for the Knicks, it's getting bad pretty fast, man, although we're going to look at Emmanuel quickly make some buckets. I think the Knicks are at the point now where it's like, do you want to be sellers or buyers? I mean, I guess we still got a little bit of time until the deadline. I guess they got a few more games to determine that. I think the report of them looking to get off of Kemba Walker, Fournier, as well as Alec Burks, it's all fair. I think the Miles Turner thing is still something to consider. Mainly because he's like 25, he's not old. Not that I'd want to give up too much in the way of young players and picks and all that. We'll see what they want to do.